taxing you into oblivion? Worried about inflation? How do you prepare for so many financial uncertainties? Welcome to the show that will help you develop your game plan. The Financial Quarterback with Josh Jelinski. Josh is a noted financial advisor and president of the Jelinski Advisory Group, and he's here to answer your questions. Call into the show at 800-321-0710. 800-321-0710. Now, let's kick off your financial future. Here's Josh Jelinski.
Okay, we're back. Next up, we have Pete, who has an answer to my question of the day. Go ahead, Pete.
Yes, trivia question for the Roth IRAs.
Sure.
I'd say about 20%, I would estimate.
That is false. But thank you for...
Can I take a shot on how much is in IRA assets total?
Sure.
The 13 plus trillion?
Let's see. Are you right? I don't know. I gotta go through my... ding, ding, ding. You're right. 13.9 trillion. So you win that one.
All right. Very good, Josh.
And then the true or false then is false. I'll answer another question, ask another one later, but the correct answer is 35% of all IRAs are Roths. It's quite a bit. You know, I thought it would be 20.
Fantastic.
I thought that would be 20 as well. So do you have any questions or comments or anything?
The only comment, please keep it live. I can always get the podcast if I miss you, which
Great.
I do quite a bit if I can't get to your show.
Thank you so much. And folks, give us a call, 800-321-0710. We are live, taking your financial questions all hour. So thank you so much for the call, Pete. Next up, next question. At year end, what percentage, this is weird. Okay, so this is, I don't know, this doesn't seem to make... we'll have to figure out. This is interesting. So at year end 2018, 35% of IRA owners held Roth IRA accounts. But this is a different question. At year end 2021, what percentage of total IRA assets were held in Roth IRA accounts? So this is closer to that 20 that you were saying. A, 6.4%, B, 9.4%, C, 12.4%, or D, 15.4%. That is the next question of the day. So we'll get to your answers. Folks, give us a call now, 800-321-0710 if you have questions on stocks, bonds, annuities, mutual funds. We're doing IRA trivia today. So how much do you know about IRAs, 401ks, Roths? We're on Clubhouse taking your calls. If you have a question, type it in the chat box on YouTube or Clubhouse. We're talking about a tragedy and a travesty. Many of you are claiming Social Security early. Now, again, if there are two of you and you want to take the lower earner's spouse, I have no problem with that. Or if you're like my father, I told my father to take it early because I didn't think he was going to be around that long, to be honest. He took it at 62. He died at 71. He made the right choice. But most of you should have the higher earner delay till 70 because you can always work till you're 70. It's tough to work after, though. Next up, we got Bill. Go ahead. You're on with Josh Jelinski, the financial quarterback.
Yeah, hi, Josh. First question. I'm 72, getting Social Security, and I'm still working. Question. Why do they still keep taking Social Security amounts from my paycheck whenever I get it?
Good question, because theoretically you could apply for a raise based on higher earners. But yeah, that's life. That's payroll tax. You kind of get screwed on that one. Unless you were making more and it helps bump up your credit, you know.
So it's possible if I make a lot of money, they would bump up my how much I get on
I don't know if
benefits.
they'll do it willingly, but you could have have it recalculated, your benefits, make sure you're getting the right amount. You could call us at 888-988-JOSH and we can help you with that. Okay?
Got it. The other question, I'm a loan officer, doing that for 30 years. I get clients and somebody in the family, they need a cosigner to get somebody that's on benefits. They're willing to co-sign, but they're concerned because maybe they might lose their benefits because they think that now, if there's a means test, they think they will lose it because now they have the impression that now they're wealthy because they're on a deed or on a mortgage. So I don't believe that's true, but I want your opinion on it.
Yeah, I don't think it's true. It depends how everything's structured, but I wouldn't think so. But it's just my...
It's fine. I tell them logically, you have a big debt or a big rope around your neck with a mortgage, and there might only be a 1% on the deed, so it doesn't make sense. But is there any way I could get anything in writing to show them to alleviate their concerns?
Means testing on what? Social Security?
Yeah. It could be Social Security or any other kind of benefits again, maybe Medicare, whatever.
Well, there is no means testing on Social Security.
Okay.
And it would affect them on Medicaid, not Medicare. Medicare is based on income. And you can go to Medicare.gov or Medicare Answers website, and you can look at it's based all on income. It's not based on assets.
Oh, okay, got it.
So,
okay, makes sense.
I mean, eventually they may do something, but not now, and not to my knowledge.
Got it. All right, I appreciate it, Josh. Thank you very much.
That's only like with Medicaid, where you can't have more than a certain number of thousands per name. You know, Medicare makes you spend down your assets before you go in a facility. So, great question. We're taking all of your questions, and you have a shot at the question of the day. So take a stab at it. At year-end 2021, what percentage of total IRA assets were held in Roth IRAs? A, 6.4%, B, 9.4%, C, 12.4%, or D, 15.4%? What's the answer? Just guess. Do you know? Just take a stab. Okay. He didn't want to take a stab at it, I guess. So, folks,
No, I did. I said D.
D. Oh, well, thank you for playing. You were incorrect. So it is not 15.4%. So it's less than 15.4%. It's either 6.4, 9.4, or 12.4. If you know the answer, call us at 800-321-0710. And Bill, thank you for playing. And thanks, as always, for listening. We love our Financial Quarterback live listeners and callers. So call me right now if you have a question on stocks, bonds, annuities, mutual funds, IRAs. We have a bunch of IRA questions today. And kind of a sad thing. This is people are claiming Social Security early. And most of you claiming it early are unaware that the benefits are inflation proof. High inflation prompted the largest Social Security cost of living adjustment in decades this year. And an even bigger bump to benefits could be on the way in 2023. You idiots! Every time the government gives you another benefit, they take it away in the form of inflation. Inflation is the biggest stealth tax known to every man, woman, or child. Yet it turns out that most Americans, 68%, do not realize Social Security benefits are protected from inflation, according to a nationwide survey. Since the survey was taken, prices continue to jump, inflation data shows. The measurement, what it means is it's not protected from inflation. You get a COLA bump used by the Social Security Administration to calculate COLA each year, the Consumer Price Index for urban wage earners, or CPIW, jumped 9.8% over the last 12 months, so you get a bump. Based on that, Senior Citizens League is now estimating the Social Security COLA for 23 would be 10.5%. That would amount to a $175 a month increase for 1668. To be sure, there are still several months of data to come before the official number for 23 is announced, but even if inflation cools, a record high bump is still expected for next year. So that's nice, but it's like bread and circuses in the Roman Empire. So here's the thing, folks. What do? Rome is burning. Jim, you're Italian. Have you studied Roman? I took a course one time in college on the Roman Republic. And it was really one of the most fascinating courses. And you go from the Roman era of the family. And the family was the cornerstone. And the family led to the Roman Republic. And then the Republic led to the Pax Romana of Caesar Augustus. And Cicero, or in Latin, my Latin teacher said it should be Cicero. It sounds weird. So Cicero would decry the death of the Roman Republic. But what did Caesar Augustus do? He didn't abolish the Republic. He veiled his dictatorship under the guise of the Republic. So he was quite sinister. He used the language very similarly to how our politicians use it. An Affordable Care Act that is neither affordable nor is it care. Or the Secure Act, which makes you neither more secure nor is it really an act. But my point is, he would use the terms of the Republic so that the Roman people would feel that they were in a republic, similar to how we're using a democracy, but are we really in a democracy anymore? When we have things, laws are not done by legislative acts. They still are, but not as much. They're done by executive orders or fiats. Now, what does Rome have to do with your money? So I did a whole show on this. Probably should do it again. Break out my old Roman Empire notes. But the critical thing was they would use the language of republic to cloak empire. And that's what these, you get Social Security. And then at the end of the Roman era, they just gave the people bread and circuses to kind of be an opiate, to have them not think about their plight. Like us. People get so excited about people throwing pigskin around. Our tax dollars go to fund a bunch of grown men chasing around a ball, which I love sports. Don't get me wrong. I like a good football game or baseball game. But our government, in a way, has having us distracted while Rome is burning, while inflation is rising, while tax rates are rising. So what do you do with your money? Well, you want to look for ways to mitigate taxes. You want to look at ways to minimize taxes, both now and in the future. You want to look at ways to invest in things that are hedges from inflation. But, let's just give you a 10% raise on Social Security. We'll take it from another way. We'll give you something else. So we'll take a break, and when we'll return, we'll be back with your calls at 800-321-0710. This is Josh Jelinski, the financial quarterback.
Maybe it seems like prices can't get much higher, or that the stock market is headed for bear territory, or maybe you're worried about another great recession. Josh Jelinski, the financial quarterback, can help you protect your family's financial future in times like these. Tune in this weekend to the Financial Quarterback to hear how Josh and his team can help you decrease your tax liability and lower your risk. Call 888-988-5674 to take advantage of Josh's 27-point plan to achieve financial health. And when you call, you'll receive a free copy of Josh's book, Retirement Reality Check. Tune in every weekend to The Financial Quarterback and call 888-988-5674 to receive your free copy of Retirement Reality Check.
Tune in to The Financial Quarterback Josh Jelinsky of the Jelinsky Advisory Group this weekend and learn how to protect your financial future during these turbulent times. Looking to lower your taxes or need help securing your financial future? Then Josh and his team are the people for you. They're experts in financial economics with one mission in mind: to protect you and your investments. From their 27-point checklist to their one-of-a-kind financial quarterback approach, they help you achieve financial health and guide you through the hard times of high inflation, looming recessions, and stock market meltdown. For financial security, call them now, 888-988-5674, and get your free copy of Josh's book, The Retirement Reality Check.
We're back, and we're going to IRA. Mr. IRA, you have a great name for this show. Go ahead, Ira.
Yes, a long-time listener, big fan. I have most of my notes in front of me, and what I don't have, I think I could fill in. I am retiring December 31st, 2024. That's written in stone. I presently have $300,000 in an IRA and $100,000 in a 401k. And my Social Security, once I retire, will be a little over $2,000 a month, and I will have a part-time job set up that'll bring in $1,000 a month, which is fine. My financial counselor wants me to take $175,000 out of my IRA, which has $300,000, put it into an annuity that kicks in at 66. And this I didn't write down, forgive me. I think it's about $1,500 a month for 20 years, from 66 to 86, $1,500. And my thinking is terrific. I get an extra $1,500 a month income. I don't touch any of my retirement accounts for the next 20 years, from 66 to 86. Of course, I have to take RMDs at 72. And from listening to your show, I think you said it may become 75 as the years go by, if I remember correctly. So I guess the only question is, what do you think?
What do I think about what? The annuity?
Oh, I'm sorry. The annuity. Taking $175,000 out of the annuity, putting it in. Taking $175,000 out of the IRA, putting it into a fixed income annuity. I think that's the phrase, which kicks in at 66, and it's good till
I'd have to. Buying an annuity is like buying a car. Some people say, I'd rather die and go to hell than buy an annuity.
Right, I hear that.
And, I think that's taking matters of heaven and hell too lightly. It's a dumb phrase. And I would never do business with anybody who just writes off a product like that without doing research on the specific product. So I think that's one of the dumbest things I've ever heard. An annuity can be a great tool for income. I mean, do you have, I know people who are teachers and they get their checks every month from the pension. They don't complain about getting income every month, do they?
Right.
No, so there's nothing wrong with an annuity. However, what's wrong from the average consumer is they often buy an annuity without really know what they're getting into. They don't know what the annuity's called. They don't know the type. They don't know the term. They don't know the fees. Do you know the type, the term, and the fees? That would be the first question.
Well, it's for 20 years, 66 to 86. It's a fixed annuity. I don't think you want me to mention the name of the company.
No, not the company, but there's no 20-year annuity.
Oh, there is no 20. Okay, for some reason
Unless now there is an annuity that I'm aware of that has a 10-year term, and then the bonus, then they have a large bonus, and the money's not really actualized for 20 years. So it's a 10-year surrender charge schedule. But here's the thing. Number one, I would call us, if you or any of our listeners want our top 3 reasons to get an annuity and top 3 reasons not to get an annuity review. Call us at 888-988-JOSH. I'll do that for free with you. But you want to understand what is the length of the surrender charge schedule.
Right.
10 years. If you're saying 20, it may be that. It's called a 10 by 10 product. So what they do is they give you a bonus, right, of let's say 20 or 30%. But you don't have that 20 or 30 until year 11 through 20 as a stream of income. So maybe that's why they're saying 20, I don't know. But what I would do is we have a program, computer program. We shop all the carriers in the country for fees, bonuses. Some of them offer bonuses. Some of them offer income for life, not just for 20 years. So if you live longer than 86. And then we show you the top 3 in the country, and then you pick what's right for you. So that way, you know, we're not just going with the annuity that pays us the best commission. We're doing it on what pays you the best income. Does that make sense?
It does.
So you can shop around with us knowing we're not just putting you in, X, Y, Z. Also, there are internal fees. We'll be educated on that. What other questions do you have on the annuity?
No, I think that was it. I thank you.
Yeah, so you want to know the term?
Right.
Is it 10 years, 20? It may be 20 if it's that one that I hear bandied about on bad chicken dinner seminars. I one time said that, and somebody said, no, it was actually a good steak dinner at Ruth's Chris that the person, okay, well, who do you think's paying for that?
That's right.
You are with the higher commissions on the product. I get somebody says, oh, I'm getting a 30% bonus. Well, what are you, a sucker? If you divide 30 into the 20-year commitment that product is. Now, I'm not saying that's a bad product. I'm just saying you just got to, don't be a dummy. If you take 20, right, years, what's the math? 30 divided by 20 is 1.5. So all they're guaranteeing you is 1.5% a year. So it's not a bad product, but, maybe you could do better. I always say when looking at annuity, write this down. I want to look at, what is the highest guarantee that a company is providing? So there's a lot of noise with annuities, right? The caps, the spreads, the participation rates, the bonuses. But one simple way, if you're getting confused, is what is the highest, when do you need income, 66?
Yes, it would start at 66.
What is the highest guaranteed contractual income with a death benefit going to my heirs at 66, if you desire a death benefit?
Got it.
And then we have a program that will show you that. So call us at 888-988-JOSH, and we'll give you a printout of the top 3. You don't have to pick us if you don't want us, but I would definitely say get educated before you're sold. Okay?
I will. I thank you. I will do that.
And let me have you answer the question of the day. At the year end of 2021, what percentage of total IRA assets were held in Roth IRAs? 6.4%, 9.4%, or 12.4%?
12.4%.
Ding, ding, ding. How'd you know?
Well, I read the business section of the local New York papers, and I do listen to your show once a week. So I guess between the two, I figured it out. So
you're a smarty pants. So thank you so much. You won the prize of pride. Back in the day when no one would listen to my show, we used to bribe people to call the station with free Dunkin' Donuts gift cards if they answered the question of the day right. Should I go back to giving prizes? You would probably say yes, because you would have won. But I don't know. Kind of cheapens the show, but we'll see. Do you want to see prizes come back? I did that like 12 years ago. Remember the days of winning prizes? So anyway, that's a lot of fun. So folks, give us a call. 800-321-0710. Next question. At year end of 2018, What was the largest category of investments inside of an IRA? Was it bond or bond funds, target date funds, money market funds, or stock and stock funds? And here's the thing, if you have traditional or Roth money in a target date fund, I don't know if that's right or not, you got to make sure you get that looked at, because target date funds are called dummy funds for a reason. I don't mean the Investing for Dummies series books. I mean they're actually dumb, because many people have shown to be taking more risk than they really thought possible in these funds. So at year-end 2018, what was the largest category of traditional and Roth IRA type investment? Bond funds, target date funds, money market funds, or stock funds? We're doing a lot of fun questions today. We're talking about inflation. Rome is burning. Now, what are you doing about it? Do you realize Rome is burning? Jim, you're an Italian. Did you study Roman history?
Not really.
No? Vesuvius, Pompeii, all of the Emperor Trajan, fascinating emperors. Caligula, Nero, so there were various periods of Roman history. Period where the family, how did Rome start to disintegrate? The breakdown of the family. Also, what's interesting, it took about 400 and something years for Rome to really fall and to be sacked by the Visigoths and all of the other Cretans, the Gauls. So it can take an empire many years to disintegrate. You know, one of the key reasons that Rome fell was it became an empire of debt. Sound familiar? Bread and circuses, debt, breakdown of the family. Get some people who sort of decry civilization where it's going. And I always say, you know what? Build your own family. Be a part of your church. Build your community. One person at a time. That's the only way we're going to change the direction of this country. Back to thrift and values. So don't be depressed. So give us a call, folks. 888-988-JOSH. 888-988-JOSH for the 7 ways to save on taxes review. If you have an answer to the financial quarterback question of the day, give us a call now, 888-988-JOSH. We'll be back after these messages.
Tune in to the financial quarterback Josh Jelinski this weekend and learn how to protect your financial future in a down economy. Josh and his team at the Jelinski Advisory Group can help you lower your taxes and lower your risk in these uncertain times with a 27-point checklist designed to improve your financial health. Whether you're worried about runaway prices, fear of an upcoming recession, or a stock market meltdown, tune in to the financial quarterback and count on Josh Jelinski to call the play. For a free copy of Josh's book, The Retirement Reality Check, call 888-988-5674. That's 888-988-5674. Or visit Jelinski.org. That's JALISKI.org.
Hi, this is Josh. Give us a call, 888-988-JOSH. And next up, we have David with alternatives to the 529 account. Go ahead, David.
Yes, hi. I have 2 small children, 8 months old and 2 years old. And my friends are putting money away for their kids for college in 529 accounts. And I was thinking of doing the same. And they told me, though, that you do not recommend 529 accounts for college. So what do you recommend?
Well, first off, we have a free alternatives to 529 review. Call us at 888-988-JOSH. I'll give you some ideas. So there's 5 ways to save for college. I'll give them to you right now. Number 1, you could do a 529. The benefit is tax-free growth. The negative is, what if Bernie Sanders or AOC is president and college is free? You've socked away all your money in something that may be a wasted vehicle. Other negatives, if you take money out prematurely, there could be penalties and tax penalties and all kinds of things like that. Other problem, let's say your kid becomes a plumber or electrician. A lot of the trades right now, people need people in the trades. And you'll always have a job as an electrician, a plumber, finish carpentry, whatever. Not always the case if you have a degree in art history or socialist economic theory or feminist studies or whatever the soup du jour topic is. And most people, if we're honest, we say, hey, what we went to college for, I have two college degrees, I have a master's degree. A lot of times what you go to school for, you're not even making, you don't even end up doing in real life. So maybe they're not going to go to college, or maybe they go to community college where it's cheaper and you've socked away all this money into 529 and you want to give that money to them for a first-time home purchase, and it's just stuck in this very one-dimensional vehicle. Nothing per se wrong with the 529 if you're super loaded and you can do all the other things I'll recommend. But things you should consider before a 529, I'll put it that way. Number 1, life insurance. Number 2, Roths. So those are 2 big ones. Why do I like Roths? The money grows tax-free for you, your retirement. You could pull it out tax-free to help them with costs of a first-time home purchase. And if it's building for you, you have control. So if you don't like where they go to school, or, just 529s are limiting. Also, 529 has negatives in that it may count against your financial aid. Another reason why I like life insurance, it's exempt from the FAFSA form. Another reason I like life insurance for college is if you die, the death benefit could help them pay for college. So if you die early, probably not going to be able to afford college, probably not going to be able to afford 529s, but if there's a large death benefit, they can. Other benefit is grows tax-free, can be pulled out tax-free, just like a 529. And a bigger benefit is liquidity, meaning you could take that money out and you could buy a house for them with it. That could be their first-time home purchase in the college town. You could claim in-state tuition in an out-of-state place. And then also every trip you see them, let's say they go to Athens, Georgia, University of Georgia or something, and you claim in-state residency eventually for them because they go move down to Georgia. They own a home that was funded by the cash values on your life insurance that you pulled out tax-free via loan or withdrawal up to basis. And then the beauty is then you can charge their friends rent and give them a discount on room and board. Then you save room and board. Then you have the appreciation of the property. So I prefer life insurance and properties over a 529 plan. But even if you're looking at traditional stock investing, I prefer Roths or even non-qualified brokerage because there's more utility for the money. You could use it for college as well as a first-time home purchase as well as retirement. And then a non-qualified brokerage is nice because then the money's fully liquid. So you just got to be careful. I'm not anti-529. I just think there are better ways to do it. Does that help you? And are there any follow-up questions?
That helps. But if you have a small amount, like say $250 or $300 or $400 per month, you're saying you could fund all these assorted investments at $200 or $300 a month?
Well, do you mean you're going to put in $400 a month for 18 years? Or 400 times 3 vehicles?
No, $400 per month per child for 18 years.
So this is what we do when we have somebody really with that question. We have a wealth simulation tool for college. And you can see what's better, A, B, or C? And so we'll just run the numbers. So path A would be a 529. Path B, insurance. Path C, Roth. And then you make the decision. How about that? That way you can see your options.
Okay.
I don't have the exact numbers in front of me, but we could certainly do that for you. Okay?
Okay, that's fair.
So give us a call, 888-988-JOSH for the 529. The train is leaving. Make sure the train for college doesn't leave without you. Even if you're starting with a small amount, $200, $300, $400, do not despise the day of small beginnings. So take that $200 a month, $300 a month, $400 a month, and just start stacking. Stack for college, save for a rainy day, and we're there for you. 888-988-JOSH if you have questions. Okay, wonderful. Well, folks, we have more room for you. If you have questions, give us a call. 800-321-0710. The train has left the building. 800-321-0710. If you have questions on stocks, bonds, annuities, Gen Z is stashing away 14% of their income for retirement, more than older generations, the study shows. So, hey, Gen Z has done one thing right. They're saving more for retirement. Louder and clear, a new study shows Gen Z workers, defined as those between 18 to 25, are socking away on average 14% of income for their golden years, according to new research from BlackRock that compares, probably because they're living at home. That compares with 12% for their older compatriots, millennials, aged 26 to 42. Millennials are the, funny, but Gen Z may be worse than millennials, though. Gen Xers, ages 43 to 55. Baby boomers, 56 to 75. It's worth noting that if you tap, we talked about that. Next up, now the total share of Americans who think they are on track with their retirement savings has fallen to 63% from 68%. Plan sponsors' confidence is also down. 58% say their employees are on the right path compared to 63%. Here's the thing. Do you think you are on the right track with your retirement savings? That's fallen in the last year. Both employers and employees are less confident about being ready for retirement, probably due to inflation. But what about you? Give us a call, 888-988-JOSH. And whether you're 35 or 65, now's the time to get a second opinion on your wealth. Give me a call. I'd love to meet with you. I have just 3 spots left this week. 888-988-JOSH. Next up, broken down by generation, Gen Z has the most confidence in their savings, 69%. That makes sense. Gen Zers are a little bit more arrogant. Followed by boomers at 65%, and millennials and Gen Xers at 60%. Interestingly enough, boomers are confident, but millennials and Gen Xers are least confident. Research for BlackRock's Read on Retirement Report input plan from 305 sponsors, 1,300 savers, 300 retirees. So they talked to a lot of people, according to this survey. Experts generally recommend that workers save at least between 10 and 15% of income in a tax-advantaged retirement account. I think 15% needs to be the savings rate. That would include a 401k or similar workplace plan or IRA. There are 2 things that might factor into Gen Z's higher savings rate. For starters, they were more likely to be raised in households where no one was counting on a traditional pension. So here's the thing. Big government can't save you and won't save you. So you got to save you. And you might say, Josh, I can't afford to save 15%. Start with 3%, then go to 5, then go to 7, then go to 10. kind of work your way up with every little raise here or there. Save that way. Gen Z was raised in households where there was a need to save for retirement. And the message is out there that you're on your own, that you need to start saving early. But I thought AOC is going to save us. I thought Bernie's going to save us. I think it's a reflection that we've switched to defined contribution plans from defined benefit plans. Another possible reason, defined benefit plans like a pension, defined contributions like a 401k. Another possible reason is that they may have watched family members struggle due to the Great Recession of 2007 and 2009, when job losses, home foreclosures, and investment losses were widespread. I know I saw that with my parents, and I wanted to avoid similar financial challenges, so that makes sense. Gen Z also envisioned retiring a little earlier, 63.6 years. That compares to boomers, who they don't mind working till they're 70. Boomers are great. Boomers get a bad rap, but you know what? Boomers are some of my hardest working employees. They peg, that's right, Jim said. These boomers, they'll work till they're 77. They don't want to retire. You know, it's fun. They're having fun. And, you know, there is some truth to that. Like, what happens when you retire? A lot of people, they retire, then they die. You got to be careful. I met with a client the other day, retired at 90. Now, it wasn't for lack of money. This guy had like a few $1 million saved for retirement, but he wanted to keep his mind young. Brilliant guy. I think he has 2 degrees from Harvard and Yale, advanced degrees, and fascinating man. One of my first clients. And he's done well, but he just liked the preoccupation of his mind. Now, working boomers peg the age at 65.9. Separately, a Gallup survey done last year showed that among retirees, the average age they left the workforce was 62, while non-retirees said they plan to retire at 64. This is a wrong and misguided stat. Based on my survey, people who leave at 62 are pushed out due to age discrimination. But they're not said that. Does that make sense? Meaning, if you're making a lot of money for your corporation, they push out in your mid-50s now because they can hire 2 or 3 at the same job. But they're generally forced or given a severance. It's in the employer's best interest usually to push them out at 62 because some of them have legacy pensions, and they can hire a bunch of Gen Zers, pay them a third or half the amount. That's generally why I think many are retiring between 62 and 65, not due to necessary desire. Now, the U.S. SEC said Wednesday that they will not send public accounting inspectors to China. Ding, ding, ding. Did we take our 42 break? Do I got to take a break? We took the break? Okay, I got to take a break, then we'll be back with your questions. This is big, folks. U.S. will not send public accounting inspectors to China unless Washington and Beijing can agree on a complete audit access. Folks, we need to send the SEC public accounting inspectors to China. Why? There are so many of your 401ks have funds with these funds in them. So we need Chairman Gensler to do that and President Biden to force that. We'll be back after these messages.
Tune in to the financial quarterback Josh Jelinsky of the Jelinsky Advisory Group this weekend and learn how to protect your financial future during these turbulent times. Looking to lower your taxes or need help securing your financial future? Then Josh and his team are the people for you. They're experts in financial economics with one mission in mind: to protect you and your investments. From their 27-point checklist to their one-of-a-kind financial quarterback approach, they help you achieve financial health and guide you through the hard times of high inflation, looming recessions, and stock market meltdown. For financial security, call them now, 888-988-5674, and get your free copy of Josh's book, The Retirement Reality Check.
Tune in to the financial quarterback Josh Jelinsky this weekend and learn how to protect your financial future in a down economy. Josh and his team at the Jelinsky Advisory Group can help you lower your taxes and lower your risk in these uncertain times with a 27-point checklist designed to improve your financial health. Whether you're worried about runaway prices, fear of an upcoming recession, or a stock market meltdown, tune in to the Financial Quarterback and count on Josh Jelinsky to call the play. For a free copy of Josh's book, The Retirement Reality Check, call 888-988-5674. That's 888-988-5674. Or visit Jelinsky.org. That's JALINSKI.org.
Okay, we're back. We're live taking your calls at 800-321-0710. We have room for one or two more calls at the moment. And folks, call us for the free book, The 7 Ways to Save on Taxes review. It's called The Win-Win Wealth Strategy by Tom Wheelwright. We'll give that book to you at no charge when you schedule and keep your no obligation review. Someone said this, after all these years, Josh, I got a love note today from a listener. Keep them coming. I much prefer your broadcasts without guests. You're animated and you speak to your listeners. Love it. Anyway, I offer these to you as told to me by the manager of a Brooks Brothers store. Simon bought them out. Simon Properties operates shopping malls. One thing is certain, it is not the high quality and high class store it used to be. Just thought that you might like to know. I will tell you that I still find, I have like a custom suit and I have one of those Brooks Brothers with the, they put a little spandex so they have nice give and stretch to the jackets. I do like that. But I found they don't last as long as they used to. So, but isn't it true? Robin says on an annuity, can't it be for life? Yes, your annuity, if you have an income for life annuity, it should last for life. That's a totally reasonable assertion. And folks, tell all your friends to come on in, ask any question that you have. No question is a dumb one except the one that you do not ask. Warning, warning, Chairman Gensler in an address before an accounting industry audience said the Public Company Accounting Oversight Board, the PKOB, would need to be able to bring specificity and accountability in audits of foreign companies listed on Wall Street. I think that is the number one thing the Biden administration and Chairman Gensler needs to do. Really audit these China investment companies. He says, we're not willing, this is from wealthadvisor.com, to have inspectors sent to China unless there's an agreement on a framework allowing the PCAOB to inspect and investigate audit firms completely. That's wise. The PCAOB, which was established in July 2002 and overseen by the SEC, is tasked with policing the accounting firms that sign off on the books of the nation's listed companies. Its problems with Chinese audit qualities have festered since 2011, when scores of China companies trading on U.S. exchanges were accused of accounting irregularities. Now, how come we crack down on Enron, but we can't crack down on China? We want to crack down on, just make sure these China firms are playing by the rules. Because your 401k may have them. You might say, I don't. I have a blah, blah, blah fund with Acme. Well, embedded in that mutual fund company, you can insert any name, is probably a few Chinese companies. So, I don't know about you, but I'd like to know they're playing by the rules. Washington and Beijing are in talks to settle long-running dispute of the auditing compliance of U.S.-listed Chinese firms, which, if unresolved, could see more than 270 Beijing companies kicked off New York stock exchange companies or listings. Authorities in China have been reluctant to let overseas regulators. I wonder why inspect local accounting firms, citing national security concerns. Why? They're spying on us with Spotify and TikTok and all these other things. Under the Holding Foreign Companies Accountable Act, China companies, this is why everybody was mad on Facebook. You know what? Facebook ain't got nothing on TikTok. At least Facebook servers in the U.S. Under the Holding Foreign Accountabilities Act, Chinese companies would be banned from the U.S. trading if China fails to comply with audit requirements. And folks, we have just 4 spots left for this Wednesday. You get to meet me, shake your hand, and get a free book. So if you're worried about your money in these uncertain times, give us a call, 888-988-JOSH. The China Securities Regulatory Commission denied the Financial Times report. Gensler also said he asked the PCAOB to consider adding updates for auditor independent standards to its agenda, citing concerns around investor protections. So there could be a total trading ban, and it's broader than simply delisting from U.S. markets. Now, it appears that the Mega Millions jackpot just won't quit. Due to strong ticket sales, lottery officials have adjusted the top prize upward to $1.28 billion with a B. This is the 4th time ever the lottery jackpot has crossed $1 billion. I don't know why we're doing this as part of our show. Our writers keep adding this in. I hate the lottery. If you do the lottery, don't take offense to this. You would have been rich just by plowing that money into a good ETF based on the U.S. exchanges for 30 years. Take that $2 a day, you buy the lottery ticket. It's ill-gotten gain. It's a tax. Notice what's happening. Bread and circuses. Give the people, I was behind the line in the Acme the other day, and there was a pathetic older gentleman who was eagerly awaiting, did he win? Did he win the tickets? And he spent $20 on tickets just for the potential to win Zippo. So it's like, yeah, I'm sure one of you is going to win. And if any of you listeners win, call us at 888-988-JOSH. We'll help you with your money. But generally speaking, 99.9999% of you will not win. That sounds discouraging. But it's far better to take that money and save it. Watch Jim have a closet lottery addiction, like my father.
No, 1 ticket was sold.
Now, one winner, as reported, 1 ticket in Illinois. So Illinois is going to get a lot of tax revenue. That's amazing. But good for them. And somebody, if you know that winner, give them our number. We'll help them with their money. However, the chance of winning is 1 in 302.5 million. But I'll give you something there's a 1 in 1 chance of. If you save that money, you'll generally amount to be a greater financial success than those who piss it away on lottery. And there's one guaranteed winner always in the lottery. You know who that is, Jim?
Oh,
the government, Uncle Sam. Whether the windfall is taken as an annuity over 29 years or as an immediate reduced cash lump sum, taxes end up taking a big bite out of any winnings. For the 1.28 billion jackpot, the cash option is $747 million. Taxes would reduce by almost 40% of that in many states. So here's the thing. That's what you got to plan for. Inflation. Your favorite uncle taking a bite out of your nest egg. And you doing wrong things, meaning investing emotionally, not saving 10 to 15% of your pay. So call us now, 888-988-JOSH, for the free book, 7 Ways to Save on Your Taxes review. We have 4 openings, 3 openings this week now, as one was taken earlier in the hour. 3 openings this week, 888-988-JOSH, 888-988-JOSH. And here's the thing, Bear market rally, perhaps. Markets rally. We'll talk about that tomorrow at 9. Bear market rallies in you. 888-988-JOSH.
The preceding program was sponsored by the Jelensky Advisory Group. Any awards, rankings, or recognition by unaffiliated third parties or publications, including 5-Star Wealth Manager, Advisory of the Year finalist by Senior Market Advisor, and top of the $1 Million Roundtable, are in no way indicative of the advisor's future performance or any individual client's investment success. No award, ranking, or recognition should be construed as a current or past endorsement of Josh Jelensky or Wealth Quarterback LLC. Information regarding specific awards, rankings, or recognitions is available on the Wealth Quarterback website at jelensky.org. All investment strategies have the potential for profit or loss. Investment strategies such as asset allocation, diversification, or rebalancing do not assure or guarantee better performance and cannot eliminate the risk of investment losses. There are no guarantees that a portfolio employing these or any other strategy will outperform a portfolio that does not engage in such strategies. This broadcast should not be construed by any client or prospective client as a solicitation to effect or attempt to effect transactions in securities or the rendering of personalized investment advice. Due to various factors, including changing market conditions, the information discussed in this broadcast may no longer be reflective of current positions or recommendations. While information presented is believed to be factual and up to date, Josh Jelensky and Wealth Quarterback do not guarantee its accuracy, and it should not be regarded as a complete analysis of the subjects discussed. The tax and estate planning information discussed is general in nature, is provided for informational purposes only, and should not be construed as legal or tax advice. Listeners should consult an attorney or tax professional regarding their specific legal or tax situation. Investment advisory services offered through Wealth Quarterback LLC.
WOR